The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. The central idea of the book is that childhood has been interrupted and replaced by what he calls device-based childhood. One of the main arguments is that today, compared to the 1970s, children have fewer real-world experiences. That is, there has been a substantial decline in outdoor play and face-to-face social interactions. However, at the same time, they have little to no supervision over what they are exposed to through the internet. Therefore, while they are not exposed to real-world experiences that lead to the development of social skills, they are exposed to information and content that these children are not yet prepared to understand according to their age. The author argues that the significant increase in rates of anxiety, depression, and suicides is linked to these trends of adopting smartphones and social media. And although these companies claim that you must be over 13 years old to have an account on Instagram, TikTok, or Snapchat, around 40% of children under 13 use TikTok. One of the essential reasons why these companies do not establish more rigorous methods to ensure that individuals under 13 do not have access to social media is that the younger the users of these platforms are, the more likely it is that they will continue using these products for the rest of their lives. This is because an adolescent's brain is still developing, making them more prone to becoming dependent on these platforms. For example, Tristan Harris, a former Google employee, describes how these companies deliberately create their algorithms to exploit the emotional vulnerability of users, usually preteens. The book presents various articles describing how smartphones have disrupted the academic process. And although we speculate that having access to a smartphone would lead to equity in access to knowledge, UNESCO released a report in 2023 stating that there is little robust research demonstrating that digital technology adds intrinsic value to education. Those claiming evidence of some benefit were private education companies attempting to sell digital learning products. Furthermore, smartphones are exacerbating educational inequality by both social class and race. The digital divide is no longer that poor children and racial minorities have less access to the internet, as was feared in the early 2000s. Studies show that lower income children spend more time in front of screens and have less supervision in their use of cell phones. Although many people speculate that something has been happening since the introduction of smartphones and social media, they don't know what to do for now, as the attention of the masses has been captured and, to a certain extent, dominated explicitly for the benefit of three companies that dominate mass attention: Google, Apple, and Facebook.